What do I gotta do to make you my woman? Tell me you can say no to this. Give it a second, let it work on you.
I think I have to wash my hair.
You washed your hair last year!
How's it going out there, YouTube land? Welcome to an all-new movie review! So in this movie review, we are going to be talking about and reviewing a film from 2009 that was done by the late great Harold Ramis. And it has a really great cast and is just really all fun. So let's go right into that and see what that movie review is going to be all about. But before we do that, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, people, so you don't miss this video or any of the awesome videos I put up. And also don't forget to hit that bell notification button so you are dinged to let know when new movies and new reviews come out from me. Oh yeah. So let's get right into this and see what it's all about. So welcome, YouTubers and all subsequent social media lands. Welcome to an all-new movie review. So like I was saying before, we're going to be talking about a 2009 film. And this was actually asked by a current subscriber, aka somebody that was interested in seeing this done as a movie review by me, and I obliged. And then of course is a film called Year One. Oh yeah, Year One. Oh yeah. So this is a great satirical comedy film, making fun of cavemen, making fun of the Bible, making fun of all that great stuff. And it's just really fun, hilarious, and really well done. So this film, like I was saying before, was none other directed by Mr. Harold Ramis. Oh yeah! So Harold Ramis you might recognize as the director of such films as like National Lampoons. You might recognize him as the writer of the film Stripes. And you might have known that he did such films as Analyze This and Analyze That as well. Now a couple films I really enjoyed that he directed were none other than a great film that I think is just an amazing 1996 film that he kicked butt at directing and stars the great Michael Keaton, who is just outstanding and amazing in this film. And that, of course, is a film called Multiplicity. Oh yeah, Multiplicity. So if you haven't seen Multiplicity, basically what it's about is Michael Keaton's character isn't doing well with life. So he decides at this one project that he's working on as a construction worker, he meets this geneticist guy. And he says that he can clone people, so he decides to clone himself to help him out. And he ending up cloning himself twice, and then one of his clones ends up getting themselves cloned. So you end up with 4 Dougs throughout the movie, and it's just a really fun, hilarious film, and basically about him trying to, get back to where he wants to be, make his marriage good, and get his life back, basically. It's a really awesome film, and Harold Ramis directed the crap out of this film, made it really fantastic, gave really great comedy to it, and just a really great cast as well. Because you got Andy McDowell in the film, you got Eugene Levy, Richard Masur. I mean, it had a really great cast, and just Harold did a really good job of giving us this really great comedy film. That's kind of a rom-com, kind of a just flat-out comedy, and also just kind of giving you a great message of, you gotta love what you have in your life and you gotta deal with it, basically, and that's what he did with this film. Really fantastic film. If you haven't seen it, definitely check it out. One of his best, I think, movies to date. Now, the second film I like to talk about that he directed, I thought was a really great film, was none other than a great 1993 film that stars Bill Murray, and it's just a really awesome time loop film. And that, of course, is a film called Groundhog Day. Oh yeah, Groundhog Day. Such a great film. Another one with an all-star cast. Andy McDowell was in this one too. You have Bill Murray. You had his brother Brian Doyle Murray in it. It's just a really amazing and fun film. Chris Elliott's in it. He's absolutely hilarious in it. And it's just one of those films, basically Bill Murray gets stuck in a time loop the same day over and over again, February 2nd. In this town called Punxsutawney, which is supposed to be in Philadelphia. And basically he's got to figure out why he's stuck there, why he's in time, and what he's got to do to get out of it. And it's just a really well done film. The writing on it was fantastic. The editing, just the acting by everyone involved was a really great, another story film that I thought Harold Ramis did a great job of giving kind of a great message, that you can't get through life doing certain things. and that's, why Bill Murray gets stuck there, because he's such a grump. And I thought Harold did a great job of bringing that to life and giving us this really great, fun film with lots of great one-liners, lots of great scenes, and just a really well-done film. If you haven't seen Groundhog Day, definitely check it out, people. It's worth the watch. Now, it comes to directing year one, I thought Harold did a great job of giving this, like I said, satirical comedy film that has Bible elements and caveman elements, and just is a really fun, well-rounded film with lots of great gags, lots of great comedy, and just really great chemistry between the whole cast. And I just thought he did a really amazing job with the film and gave us a really great last film, because that was actually his last film that he directed before he passed in 2014. So if you haven't seen year one, definitely give it a whirl, people. It's a great film, and Harold Ramis did a great job at directing it. So like I was saying, this film has a really great cast. And we're going to talk about a few of those cast members in just a second here. But a little tidbit about this film. Like I said, it's a satirical comedy, and so making fun of, the Bible and cavemen and stuff like that is really fun, because they do a really good job of keeping it pretty accurate of what, a Bible says, and makes it so comical and so fun. Really amazing. So this film has none other than David Cross in it. It has Paul Rudd. Harold Ramis makes a cameo appearance in it as well. And then you got great other SNL alums and other people involved in it. But the main cast that I'm going to be talking about are some really great comedians that I just think are really fantastic. And I always enjoy them in any other movie that they make. So to start us off is the main guy himself, Mr. Jack Black. Oh yeah! So Jack Black we all recognize, of course, from films such as School of Rock, Orange County. You might recognize him as part of Tenacious D and the Pick of Destiny, or the band Tenacious D, where he's done a lot of great music. But a couple of films I really enjoyed him in that he thought he was fantastic in was none other than a great film that has two films now that's actually a part of a kind of a trilogy that Robin Williams started off at. And that, of course, is a film called Jumanji: The Next Level. Oh, yeah. So I thought he was absolutely fantastic in the film. I love how much he differentiated himself from the first film, and just what he did with the role, and how hilarious and funny he was portraying another person that he's supposed to be in this film versus the character he was supposed to be in the first film. And I just thought he brought some great one-liners throughout the film, and just was so stinking hilarious and a great addition. If you haven't seen Jumanji Next Level, definitely check out Jack Black's performance. He was amazing. That brings me to the second film, or Mr. Jack Black was in, that was really fantastic. And that, of course, is a great film that came out in 2018. And is just a really awesome Eli Roth film. And it was totally unexpected how great this film was, because I wasn't expecting this good of a film from Eli Roth in this type of genre. And that, of course, is a film called The House with the Clocks on the Walls. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. So this film is just a really awesome and well-done film. And this film, of course, stars Jack Black, like I said, and, of course, also the great Cate Blanchett as well. And it's just a really fun, awesome kind of book to movies type of deal that deals with magic and zombies and ghosts and all this kind of cool stuff. And Jack Black plays like an actual wizard in the film, and he teaches his young nephew how to be a actual warlock. Jack Black's character is so awesome, it's so hilarious, and he has some really great one-liners and really great scenes where he's battling certain things, and he has some really good funny lines and stuff like that. It just was a really fun performance. So if you haven't seen The House with the Clock on the Walls, definitely check it out, people. It's worth the watch, and Jack Black is amazing in it. Now, it comes to his performance in year one. Hands down, perfect Jack Black. He plays such a great idiot type of character. He's so fun, so hilarious, really well versed in his role, and really brings to life that caveman character that he's portraying. And it's just so super funny, and really great ad-libs and great one-liners throughout the film, and he just does a really fantastic job. If you haven't seen year one, check out Jack Black for it, because he's amazing in it. Now that brings me to the second actor I like to talk about that's in this film. And that, of course, is Mr. Arrested Development himself, Michael Cera! Oh yeah! So like I said, you might recognize Michael Cera from Arrested Development, where he plays Mr. Jason Bateman's son in the film, and is just super hilarious in pretty much everything I've seen him in. I think he's really fun. Now, a great couple films I enjoyed him in, and the first one being a great film called Scott Pilgrim versus the World. Oh yeah, such a great comic book to movie type of deal, where he plays the main character, Scott Pilgrim, and he's so awesome. It's supposed to be like a video game, and he just really portrayed the character really well, and he played that great Michael Cera type of character, and he just was so on point in the film. And I thought he worked really well with everyone, Mary Winstead, Chris Evans, everyone that was involved, and he just really worked well in the film, and I thought he was a great choice for Scott Pilgrim. If you haven't seen Scott Pilgrim vs. the World, definitely check out Michael's performance. He was amazing. So that brings me to the second film Michael Cera was in that I thought he was really great in. Now, this is a great 2007 film that stars Jonah Hill as well, and I just thought that Michael was amazing in this film, and he was so much fun. And then, of course, the film called Superbad. Oh yeah, so Superbad, 2007 film. Greg Mottola directed it, and Michael Cera is so awesome as the character of Evan in the film. He's so hilarious and awesome, and I thought he worked really well along with Jonah Hill in the film and Christopher Mintz-Plasse. And just his performance, especially when he's dealing with the drunk girl that he wants to be with, it was just on point and perfect for a person that is still a virgin, how they would act, and I think it was really fantastically done by him. I thought he was just a really great addition, and he was a great casting job for Superbad, and that he really worked well making that Evan, Seth Rogen characters from real life come to life on the big screen, and I just thought it was really well done. If you like Mike Cera, definitely check out his role in Superbad. If you haven't seen it, it's amazing. Now, it comes to his role as O in Year One. He's Michael Cera, as usual. He's awesome, he's hilarious, he's fun, and just does a really great, decent job. And gives us a really well-done performance again, and works really well with Jack Black. And some of his scenes where he has to interact with different female characters and other characters throughout the film, he just does a really good job too. And brings that kind of scaredy cat, caveman-like character to life, and gives us this really great performance. If you haven't seen Michael Cera in something, definitely check him out, people. He's he's amazing in Arrested Development. So that brings me to the third and final actress I'm going to be talking about. And that, of course, is the beautiful and gorgeous Miss Juno Temple! Oh, yeah! So Juno Temple plays the main love interest of Michael Cera in the film. And she is just really awesome in this film, and I absolutely love her character. And I think that she does a good job of keeping up with, Jack Black, Michael Cera, and everyone else that's in the film. And she just works really well with them all. But none other than that, though, she just does a really great job of portraying, what a woman would probably be like, if they were in the caveman era and stuff like that. And I thought that she did a good job with that as well. Now, a couple of films I really enjoyed her in was none other than a great film that came out a few years ago that I just thought was a really awesome kind of drama, action, fantasy film that I just thought was really fun. And I thought it was very different and an interesting concept. And that is a film called The Brass Teapot. Yeah, the Brass Teapot. Oh, yeah. So this great film, like I said, is an interesting, drama, comic, fantasy type of deal. And she plays one of the main characters in the film. And the film is just really interesting, and her character in it was really fun and interesting, too, because she kind of played kind of a serious role, along with a little bit comedic element and kind of romance element. And I just thought she did a really fantastic job portraying that character, and what a person that would be in that situation, how they would deal with it. And I just thought she did a really good job. It's a really great performance. If you haven't seen The Brass Teapot, definitely check it out for her performance. She was really good in it. So that brings me to the second film Miss Juno Temple was in that I thought she was really fantastic in. And that is none other than a great Daniel Radcliffe film that's also based on a book that it was turned into a film. And that, of course, is the film called Horns. Oh, yeah. Horns. This movie, it was so amazingly done, and Juno was amazing as this main love interest character of Daniel Radcliffe in the film, and her performance, hands down, was probably my all-time favorite role of hers of all time. She really portrayed that character so well. The in-depth, the intelligence, the love that she gives to Daniel Radcliffe in the film was so realistic. And you just really feel for her, and you really feel for her relationship with him. And she just did a phenomenal job. Really, really amazing role. If you haven't seen Horns yet, definitely check it out, people. It's a great horror, fantasy, comedy, dramatic film. really well done, and Juno is amazing in it. Like I was saying within year one, she was just really fantastic and really amazing, and did really well with keeping up with Jack Black and Michael Cera, and keeping the comedy element up, and just giving us a really fun additional performance in the film. If you haven't seen year one for her performance, definitely check it out. She was fantastic. So if you're not familiar with what year one is about, basically the premise of the film is it's supposed to be during the caveman days, and basically Jack Black's character goes and eats from the forbidden fruit, and he's thrown out of his tribe or his town or city that he's living in. And basically him and Michael Cera's character, O, they go out on a quest basically, and they end up interacting with a whole bunch of biblical characters, and they end up in Sodom and all this kind of stuff, and basically they're trying to figure out what to do with life, and what there is more to life than what they thought as being just gatherers and hunters and stuff like that. It's a really fun film, really well directed by Harold Ramis, and just a great all-around satirical comedy. If you haven't seen it, definitely check it out, people. It's worth the watch. So that's it for this movie review, guys. As always, thank you for watching, thank you for liking, and also, thank you for being a subscriber. And if this is your first time here, don't forget to check out any older, newer videos you might not have seen mine yet. And as always, people, check out the awesome Horror Pack, which is a great subscription service that comes right to your door every month of great horror films. And that's right, this month that they're actually doing a 4K copy in this edition of the box. So if that's something that interests you, go ahead and check out those links down below and check them out and see what the Horror Pack's all about. Plus, also, you get a discount code, and with that little link down below too as well if you're a first-time subscriber. And as always, people, catch you in the next one.